from the shotgun. Wilson. Forced out, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Seattle. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more field. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 2nd down and 4, Ryan looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
There's a catch by Todd Gurley, and that has to remind us that's exactly what we've seen in him throughout his career when he's at his best. He can run it. He can catch it. He led the league in total yards from scrimmage in 2017 with nearly 3,000. Todd Gurley, when he's on point, is quite a weapon for the Atlanta Falcons.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly, 98 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And that's the type of play that'll give your sideline some juice, a long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call, even more credit for how they executed it.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football, 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
This is brought in at the 21. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over, 1st and 10. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at the 40. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
Complete.
It's a gain of 9 yards. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
1st down, Seattle.
On 1st down, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 33.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
7 on the play.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the 1st half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Ryan going to get this complete to Hurst. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, Demarius Randall. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
The throw here going to be complete to Gordon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's
a good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
At the 43-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
3rd down.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On third down, Carson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards that time.
Chris Carson has proven to be a workhorse for the Seattle Seahawks, and they continue to expand his game. We know that he can run inside and be a bruising type of a player, but he has surprising speed to the perimeter, and they've expanded his game now by throwing it to him out of the backfield. In 2019, in the top 10 in the league in touches and yards from scrimmage.
Able to get this to Gordon. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big pickup of 38. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Second and goal.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And it's caught. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this carries into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Second and 10 now, Wilson. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Carson. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Ball carrier.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 28, it's second and 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he stopped immediately there. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
The extra point.
Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to the air, Ryan after the pick 6. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Shaquille Griffin.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. From the gun, Ryan. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Michael Dixon to kick off for
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Ryan going to fire this out wide. Not much there, only a yard.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Again, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Ryan took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. From the gun, it's Wilson. This is intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. And maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they have been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
Sterling Hockrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. Baby. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Steps away to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And incomplete.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Now it's Carson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Rolling to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
Wilson on the keeper. Intended for Rashad Penny. Incomplete. It's 3rd.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. Now here's Michael Dixon. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
18-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Schaub. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Falcons on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Schaub. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And the ball is knocked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, 35 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks.
The kick is good.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Schaub. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches on the Seahawks 38-yard line.
And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here with Penny. And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
Rashad Penny.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 13-yard line.
Play action. It's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
35-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 54 is mine. Watch 54.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they will stop him short They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. From the 31, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. Going for he's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yes.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Alton Robinson brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
45.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defense